Today's video is about loving your enemy. What are the things that we hate? What are the things we don't like to do? Finding ways to love those. So some people might think the enemy is another person. A lot of us grow up thinking the enemy is another person. I certainly did. Maybe it's that person or that person. Whoever it is, they probably treated me poorly. They probably did something not so great. And I haven't forgiven them. I'm holding on to that tension. That can really wear out our body and take a lot of energy. Welcome to our YouTube channel, and thanks for joining in and looking up resources that can help you with mental fitness, help you improve relationships, and help with the overall quality of life. When it comes to loving our enemy, some of you would know it's a biblical term. We're supposed to love the enemy. In the Bible, that would mean loving the devil. Oh, a lot of people might go, oh my word, how do you do that? Well, the devil might be the very things that you and I do that are hurtful to other people, or it might be the very things that other people do to us. But I don't think that's the worst of it. The worst of it can be the thoughts in our head. So back when I was a smoker, I used to hear things back here. Watch my face change too. Asshole, jerk, you'll never quit. You can't do this. That's a very serious enemy. People say, well, I should run from that then. No, take some deep breaths, do some belly breathing or box breathing. You can look for a link to box breathing above. A lot of people think that, run from the enemy, run from the enemy. So I've said to people for the last decade as a therapist, I'd say, if you were on a lion safari in Africa, would you like to track the lion or be tracked? 99 out of 100. I'd rather track the lion. Exactly. You're looking straight ahead rather than constantly wasting energy looking behind and being scared that it's sneaking up behind us. The same thing with our brain. Gazillions of thoughts you and I didn't even pick. Some of those negative ones that I use as an example for smoking, you might have those about your body, or it might be insulting you about your intelligence, about your relationship choices, about your work. That nattering back there, I want us to love it, which means track it. Rather than running from it, track it. It's important to know the enemy. There's also an age-old axiom where people say, keep your friends close, keep your enemy closer. There's some suggestion there in business circles, in the business world, that knowing your enemy really helps. Just about any thought or concept on our brain was loaded there over the course of our lives. Sometimes TV, movies, teachers, parents, friends, relatives, all saying things. Lots of information is very valuable, and then there's that negativity. Loving our enemy can actually give us a variety of benefits. One, obviously, is more energy. Being more calm and relaxed saves energy to put into development, put into the activities we'd rather do. Another one, there's no room for judgment then. We don't have to go around judging people and rating people as to who's better and who's worse. We're just loving people in general. Getting to know how that negative voice works back in the back of our head. Some people call it the critical voice. I just think it's part of a data bank back there that you and I can learn how to manage better by fully understanding it. When I heard those negative comments, I did the math and I realized there were over 110,000 times a year that was probably happening, which contributed to emotional kind of draining, sadness, hopelessness, helpless. The very resources that I required to overcome the problem were being depleted by the negative attitude about it, as well as the negative attitude about my ability to solve it. Even a negative attitude like you'll solve it on your own. We rarely solve anything on our own. We use help, resources, books, other people, friends, family, therapists, doctors, whoever it is. We're using other people to give us ideas and strategies. So loving our enemy is getting to know that negative voice that tells you don't go get help, don't go get help, there's no help for that. Liar. An 11-year-old girl taught me that. Thick that off your shoulder when you hear it. Or telling you you'll never figure it out. On your own, it's probably right. Get help. Read some books. Or the negative voice is calling you names for whatever's happening. Could be actually getting to the point where it's asking you to take your own life. Many people have that thought passing through their head If it sits on your mind too long and you start developing a plan, get help right away. Talk to a doctor, a psychiatrist, talk to somebody and get help right away if that thought's on your mind a lot. But most of us are struggling with day-to-day negative thoughts, and we think it's people doing stuff to us. No. Love people. You can hate the behavior. It's very important for us to not like behavior that's awful, prejudice, sexism, racism, etc. Awful behaviors, hurtfulness. We can hate the behavior and still love the person. So we could actually love somebody we even think is our enemy, but hate the behavior that we've experienced as being connected with them. So in short, loving your enemy is actually a very selfish thing. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you have more emotional stability, emotional balance. It's going to help you have more energy in your body. And it will help us actually love ourselves. Loving ourselves means acknowledging we're not perfect. There are things we got to work out. We've been hurtful, even with our face and tone, to other people. So when other people are hurtful to us, being more loving to ourselves can help us extend compassion and forgiveness. Being more loving and compassionate to them can help us extend that back to ourselves, our mates, our children. Good on you for coming in and looking up ideas to improve yourself, your mental fitness, your relationships, and your quality of life. There's a helpful resource that can help you sort out some of your own kind of issues that get in the way of being more loving and getting the love you want. And it's actually called that by Harville Hendricks, written alongside Helen Lakely Hunt. They wrote the book Getting the Love You Want. It's a guide for couples, but you could use it for yourself, even if you're not in a relationship, to prepare for a healthy, loving relationship. This book actually provides a lot of information about how our childhood experiences will influence current day experiences. 15-20 exercises at the back of the book as well that you can work through, and a lot of it involves exploring what's going on in our background, in past relationships, even our childhood relationships. All build up narratives, archetypes, and schemata with which we use unconsciously mostly to develop our current relationships and to maintain those relationships. When things aren't going well, we want to go back and uncover what might be getting in the way. And those exercises will help you do that. If you like this video, please let us know, send a comment, even if you have a suggestion for another video. You can also hit the subscribe button, and the notifications bell will make sure you get notified when new videos come out. So remember, life's challenging. Take care out there.